So now we have to ask ourselves, how shall I write the persuasive writing or the opinion essay? What are the steps to give a full essay for the opinion essay or the persuasive one? Let's see together what are the steps to follow. First of all, if I would like to write a persuasive essay or an opinion essay, I have to know that it's like every single essay I'm going to write. It has an introduction, it has a body paragraph, and it has conclusion, but we have to tackle and explain each step in more details. First of all, let's talk about the introduction. The introduction, as we said here, it is a hook of our essay. It's the part or the prologue in which I'm going to put the topic sentence, to put general ideas or background about the topic, and I'm going to end the introduction by the thesis statement, which is I'm going to state in it my claim or my opinion specifically, in which I'm going to talk about in the body paragraph. After we finish the introduction, we have something called the body paragraph. Someone is going to say, so since it's a body paragraph, it has to be one paragraph. No, it's not going to be one paragraph. It's not just one paragraph, as you can see. It can be 3 paragraphs, it can be 4 paragraphs, as you like. If you would like to write 10 body paragraphs, go ahead. I would like to write 20 to write a research or to write a book, and the whole book is an opinion essay. No problem, it's up to you. It's according to the details or the information you have gathered throughout your research. After we finish the body, we have something called the conclusion. The conclusion, definitely, it's not like the one you have used to, which is, Miss Sarah, I'm going to write 2 sentences for you to say, to sum up, junk food is harmful to our health, it destroys our body, and thank you. No, the conclusion actually is very important, like the introduction and the body paragraphs. Why? Because through it you're trying to sum up the whole ideas in it. So if I'm going to write an opinion essay or a persuasive essay, first of all, I have to know my audience. You remember when I already told you that you're going to give me a presentation, the first thing I already said that you have to know your audience. You have to know the type of the people who are listening to you. Are they teenagers? Are they teachers? Are they young people? Are they girls? Are they boys? And so it's like the writing. The writing is like the conversation, no problem. You have to know in both cases the difference between your audience. Before you start writing, you should know who is your reader. A young girl, someone in the elementary stage, or someone in the middle stage, or someone in the high school, or a teacher, or you are direct your speech to your principal and the administration, or the parents, the moms and dads, or to the grandparents, to the girls, or to the boys, or both of them, to the football players. So who are your audience? And according to the audience, you will ask yourself, what do I need to convince them? So if I'm going to write an opinion essay to my friends, am I going to use like the firm and the more professional and the academic language to convince them? No, I'm just writing an essay, or I'm just saying something as an opinion to my friends. So preferably I'm going to use situation or examples from their daily life to convince them about the idea. So let's say that Miss Sarah is going to write a persuasive essay about teenagers or students who are 12 or 13 years old, and they can cope with their colleagues in the school. Am I going to mention a life of someone who is 25 years old and he is working in a company and he can cope with his colleagues in the company? No, they will not be convinced. They will say, but I am a young kid. So if you would like to convince me of something, you have to bring another kid as an example for you, so that I will be convinced. So if I'm going to convince my students that hard working will pay off by the end, so am I going to give them an example about let's say Miss Sarah when she is 26 years old, or I'm going to give them an example about hard working and Miss Sarah when she is 13 years old? Definitely, I'm going to talk about someone who is the same age as my kids, which means you have to know your audience. Are you speaking to teenagers? Are you speaking to young kids? Or are you talking to adults? Or you're talking to the old people, which means public invite or invitation and so you have to know specifically your audience. Will you be graded on what? Which means, like in the previous essay, I told you that I'm going to evaluate you or assess you according to the choice of words. Maybe this time I'm going to assess you on the choice of words and your ideas, which means لا بقى I can't already hit the nail over the head with any ideas and very shallow and superficial ideas and bring it to the teachers. No, I have to search the internet, to search books, to search magazines for big and adequate ideas to represent my talk, which means I will know exactly how I'm going to be graded. The teacher said that I'm going to grade you according to the best topic sentence and the thesis statement in your essay, which means I have to focus while I'm writing my essay about the thesis statement and about the topic sentence. Miss Sarah said that I'm going to count your ideas and your reasons, which means the one who brought 5 reasons will definitely be even better than the one who brought 2 reasons only. Should you be casual or professional? As I told you, am I talking in a research that is going to be delivered or received by the school, or I'm just writing something as friendly or an opinion essay to my friends or my colleagues, and so it will adjust, it will already control your language. Am I talking with a friendly language, casual language? Can I use slang words, idioms, and so, or I have to stick to the academic language and the formal one, since I'm talking to the principal, I'm talking to people from all over the world, and so. Second, you have to pick a side. What actually differentiate between the persuasive or an opinion essay and the argumentative essay is that in the persuasive essay you have to stick to one side. Let's say that if I'm going to say that junk food is harmful for our body, so in that case, am I with and against junk food, or I have to be on one side only? In the persuasive essay, you have to stick to one side. I'm against junk food. So during the whole essay, you are giving me evidence, you are giving me reasons, you are giving me a lot of claims and facts, situations and examples in which you are saying that junk food is harmful, to tell people to stop eating excessive junk food, or to use excessive of junk food, and so the writer must clearly state his or her position and stay with that position. Don't tell me I'm going to write social media and how they can destroy our social life, and while you are writing I can figure out that you are supporting the Facebook. So how come you said that you're going to write about social media and how they are destroying your social life, and at the same time I found some information in your essay, it proves that Facebook is an awesome website and we can use it in something good? No, if you are going to write something about social media as a destructive method in your social life, which means all the information you have to bring, they are against social media. Generally the position it is stated in the opening paragraph or introduction. This is your opinion sentence, which means in your thesis statement. Do you remember when I said in the introduction, the last sentence in your introduction, it's called thesis statement. It's called what? Thesis statement, which is going to tell the reader what's your side, what's your opinion. Let's say that Muhannad is going to write about the disadvantage of cell phones. So at the beginning he wrote a very good topic sentence, and then he gave us general ideas about cell phones, and by the end of the introduction he gave us his own side, that I'm against cell phones. So now I will figure out that Muhannad is with or against, or someone who is talking in general. No, I will figure out that he's someone who is against cell phones. How did I figure out this? I'm going to figure out this by the end of your introduction. So first of all, you have to know your audience. Number 2, you have to pick your side, with or for, with, for, or against, for this. Let's go for the third step for writing a persuasive essay or an opinion essay. You have to do your research. Like, let's say if I'm going to tell you write about the disadvantage of cell phones, don't tell me, okay miss, I know some information, so I'm going to write it in your own essay. Only some information? Why didn't you search the internet? Why didn't you read a book about the disadvantage or the destructive side of the cell phones? Why didn't you search magazines and websites about cell phones? So please, if you would like to write an adequate and professional opinion essay or persuasive essay, you have to do your research. If you would like to give a lot of facts, a lot of statistics, a lot of examples, and some situations and some like wisdom that we haven't heard before, you have to search. You have to search. Never start your own writing without knowing adequate and sufficient information about your topic. So don't ever try to write about social media, about cell phones, about junk food, or whatever the topic is, without searching, without listening to your teacher and her information about that topic, without listening from the people around you, without searching the internet, without watching a lot of videos that talk about that matter, and so. 4, you have to make a plan, then you have to start writing. So please, as I said before, whether you're going to write an opinion essay, whether you're going to write a persuasive essay or a narrative or any kind of essay, you have to brainstorm. Please, for God's sake, you should not start writing and hold your pen and go on with your first draft. There is something called brainstorming. Like, Miss Sarah, are you going to already evaluate our brainstorming? Yes. I would like to know whether you are make a plan for your writing, or you start writing impulsively or haphazardly without any thinking before writing. So brainstorming of your ideas, and I'm going to tell you how you're going to do so for a persuasive essay. So let's say that my persuasive essay is going to have an introduction, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, 4, which is with support, which is with details. Support is the details or the information you're going to have or you're going to write for this. Someone is going to write the plan this way, points in the way of points, like I have point 1, 2, or 3. 1 is the introduction, and I'm going to write in the introduction blah 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 and arrows for my plan and keywords to help you for reason 1. And I'm going to write this and the support details, for example, so and so, which means you have the ultimate right to write your plan in the way of points, or you have to write it as something I would like to call it a persuasive house. There is something for the brainstorming I already teach my student with. It's called persuasive house. What do I mean by persuasive house? Let's say before start writing, before any first draft, I'm going to write my opinion is that I'm against junk food. So here I have a minus and write junk food. So here I'm going to write my thesis statement. What is the thesis statement? I'm going to write to support my details. Thesis statement. And let's say again reason 1, reason 2, and so. So the top of my house is my thesis statement. I'm sorry for my writing with the mouth, but inshallah in our session is going to be more clear for you. So I divided into reasons. So as you can see here, I'm going to write my first reason. Here I'm going to write my second reason, my third one, my fourth, and so. And for each reason I'm going to write keywords and I'm going to write details and so. So you have the right to write the persuasive house, or you have the ultimate right to have it as points. So please, before start writing your opinion essay or persuasive essay, you have to make a plan. You have to brainstorming in a sheet of paper or in a blank paper about your ideas, whether as a house, persuasive house, this is a house, or here you're going to write the thesis statement, reason 1, here you're going to write your details here, but definitely not in more details. You're going to write it as a title to organize your thinking or to organize your mind before start writing, and so. In the next video, we're going to introduce what are the things that you have to do in writing and what the things that you should not do in a persuasive writing.